Once, in a small town nestled between rolling hills and thick forests, there lived a little boy named Felix. He was 8 years old, had wild curly hair, and sharp eyes. At school, Felix was known not for his charm or kindness, but for making others feel small. He bullied, laughed at others, and caused chaos. He knocked over lunchboxes, hid homework, and laughed when someone tripped or fell. The other children tried to avoid him. They whispered about him in corners and gave him wide space on the playground. Teachers scolded him, but nothing seemed to make a difference. Felix carried a wall around him, tall and unshakable, built brick by brick from pride and anger. One crisp autumn morning, the school held its annual field day. The air was filled with the scent of fallen leaves and the rustle of wind through the trees. Felix joined, of course, not to play fairly, but to win and mock. During a relay race, he grabbed the baton too early, pushing past a smaller boy and causing him to fall hard onto the gravel. The boy's scraped hands bled, and tears welled in his eyes. The other children stared not just at the hurt boy, but at Felix. But this time, something was different. Disappointment, not fear, etched faces. He felt a strange emptiness form inside his chest, one that the usual pride couldn't fill. That night, Felix sat in his room alone. The image of the fallen boy burned into his mind. The silence in his house was loud, and for the first time, he didn't feel strong, he felt small. He remembered how the boy had tried to run, how much effort he had put into the race. Felix had ruined it. The next day, Felix walked into school slower than usual. He didn't speak, he didn't laugh. During recess, he picked up the soccer ball and passed it gently to a group of kids playing instead of kicking it away as he usually did. They looked at him warily, unsure of his intentions, but he only stepped back and watched. As days passed, he began to help rather than hinder. He returned lost pencils, held the door open, and shared snacks. The other children noticed. Slowly, cautiously, they began to let him in. They invited him to play. By the time winter came, Felix was no longer a storm in the hallways, but a part of the warm hum of friendship. By winter, Felix was no longer a storm in the hallways, but a part of the warm hum of friendship. He still had moments when his temper flared, but now he tried. He apologized. He learned he was a different person, and by then he made lots of friends too. And in the snow-covered yard of the school, Felix laughed not at anyone, but with everyone. For the first time, his laughter was real.